So, welcome to another edition of Got Gameplay on our
I'm
YouTube
trying to watch
channel.
the game. I'm trying to watch the game. What game is this? Who's playing?
This is Liverpool versus Manchester.
Now, is this on Sportsnet that we're watching this? What is this?
Yes, this is Sportsnet 1.
I see.
Actually, I thought today's game was going to be on Sportsnet 360, but it turned out Tim and Sid were on there. So
Right.
I went to Sportsnet 1, and I found this game between Liverpool and Manchester. And it looks like Manchester just scored one on whoever was playing for Liverpool, which was actually me, because this is actually FIFA 15 if you haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, my God, it looks realistic.
It kind of, it does look better than ever. I always have a problem with people say, oh, it looks so realistic for, it's almost broadcast quality, and it is almost broadcast quality. I don't feel like we've ever gotten to the point where you could mistake, at least in a video game.
Look, this picture right here. If you were just flipping channels by, you could mistake this for a game.
Yes, but I'm not. I'm staring at it, and it's not how good they look. It's the color palette. I don't know. Somehow it still looks a little too bright and cheerful
Brian Calhoun,
and colorful.
Ever impossible to please.
I don't know. It just I've never felt that any game looks photorealistic.
Okay.
Even the sports games that work so hard to do it have yet to make a photorealistic game. But it's still pretty. It still looks really good. I mean, you watch these virtual players move around the virtual pitch, and they're moving really fast, but they do seem to do it in a natural way.
Yeah.
So I'm playing FIFA 15. I'm Liverpool.
Boo.
And I feel like each of us, Momin, when we do stuff for Got Game, be it Got Gameplay, telling stories on our radio show, whatever, I feel like we all have a chance to embarrass ourselves. And I feel like I need to preface that there's a difference between liking a sport and being good at it. And before we get any deeper, I just want to say I'm not good at FIFA. There are people who are good at FIFA. I am not one of them. I am... Ooh. This is not going to be a pretty video,
It's not
folks.
a racing game? That's what you're trying to say?
Well, it could be something else. I'm pretty good at the NHL, like not Rob Wong good. I'll give you
Nobody's
that much.
Rob Wong
No
good.
one's Rob Wong good, but I'm pretty good at NHL by EA Sports. And yes, then there are hockey games. I was really good at the NCAA football games before they stopped making those. So, you are the one who's played the FIFA games in the past. Tell me, right off the bat, does anything pop out at you as being something you haven't seen before?
Well, it definitely looks better. I'm assuming you played this on the PS4?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, because you can tell graphically it looks really different. That's for sure. Gameplay-wise, I can't say that anything looks terribly different. Although the graphic of the soccer field on the bottom there, see between the two things, that's new. I don't know if I've seen that before.
I've seen that before in Pro Evolution Soccer. That's not new to me.
I'm trying to remember if I've seen that before in FIFA. I feel like I haven't. But maybe I just never noticed it. I don't know.
It could be that you've never noticed it.
Maybe.
But then again, it could be something that the guys at EA Sports looked at and said, oh, hey, those guys at Pro Evolution Soccer. Because make no mistake, the guys at FIFA are constantly playing PES to see what they can take from that game. The guys who are working on PES are constantly playing FIFA.
Yeah.
The exact same way to see what they can get for the game. The two games feed off each other. So I always have this problem with this huge discussion. There's always been discussion about how much better PES is than FIFA. And I will admit, FIFA has, you name it. They even have Major League Soccer teams like Toronto FC. Pro Evolution Soccer didn't even have the Canadian national team last year. But in terms of gameplay, they are pretty close. Did I mention that I'm not that great at soccer?
Clearly. Anybody watching this can see that.
But I'm surprised that you did not jump out of your seats at the visuals. Like, you did make a comment that does look much better, but I don't know. I feel like the way that they are pushing what they're literally, and I'm going to quote a press release right now, spectacular HD graphics that look like a real-life match.
Oh, that's what I was thinking at the beginning, and then you shot it all down.
Yeah, but but you said that. You didn't jump out of your seat and go, "Oh my god."
Well, I should preface this by saying that I am severely jet lagged right now and very exhausted to my core. So excuse me for not actually, springing out of my seat. But that's what I've been saying. It looks spectacular though.
Okay, so you're trying to say that your physical actions did not represent what you're feeling inside.
Sure, let's go with that. It looks pretty spectacular.
It does look pretty good. So that's number one thing that they're talking about. But to be honest, also, this new hardware console, actually new hardware consoles, if you will, the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, game better look better. I mean, that's a hard one not to hit. So.
Oh yeah, well that's for sure.
And then after that, the things that these guys to EA Canada, who make the FIFA game every year, there are two teams. I think there might be three. There used to be Black Box. Black Box used to be inside EA Canada. I'm not totally sure if Black Box is still a thing anymore. But the FIFA team and the NHL team are both in EA Canada, and the FIFA team sent a press release saying that, okay, the four things that we are really focusing on this year: great looking graphics, responsive player control, which I will admit I didn't play FIFA 15 for that long. This is a clip of one game, and at this point I did not play all that much FIFA. So, I mean, take it as you will, but it controlled pretty good. I've had no complaints with how it controlled.
Now, how does that compare to other sports games that you've played in terms of control? Because I know you're not, well, so let's say PES, which you've played a lot.
That's a hard one. It's been a while since I played Pro Evolution Soccer. I will say this. I will say that I feel confident saying that it is not drastically worse. And I guess that's the wrong way of saying that, but you caught me off guard. It has been a while since I played Pro Evolution Soccer, so I feel bad trying to compare the two. But just off the top of my head, the comparison, I would say pretty close.
Right.
But I have a hard time saying that without actually, man, look at that grass. That's
what I was staring at just now too.
That's a nice, the pitch actually looks very nice. Yeah, I have a hard time making that call just because I haven't played Pro Evolution Soccer in that long. And just so everyone knows, here are the basic controls. So that's always the hard one, is what have they done in terms of the basic controls this year? And I don't think they've done much at all. I think the controls have stayed pretty much the same, even though they are saying it is more responsive, even though they are saying that it's smoother. The general control scheme appears to be identical from previous versions.
Right.
And then the other things that they're talking about, emotionally intelligent players. And I remember they told us about this at E3, where obviously in that statement it means emotions will affect how the player plays. So someone who's really positive will play slightly better. If you're down, say 2 goals at the 52nd minute, then perhaps your team's going to be a little bit more sluggish because they're thinking to themselves, hey, we got beat. What's the point?
I'm just watching a bit of your gameplay here.
You don't have to do that.
Well, I'm actually watching the computer play right now.
That's probably a better choice, yes.
Yeah, that's what I was watching. I'm actually just trying, look at the crowd in the back there. That's pretty amazing what we're looking at there.
I wonder if they have 9,000 individual crowd members like the people on the NHL team have been touting.
Maybe.
When I first arrived to interview Sean for our show, the last interview we did happened on the ice of the...
Ramjak Singh?
Yeah, Sean Ramjak Singh, the producer of NHL 15. The last interview I did with him happened on the ice of the MasterCard Center, the place where the Toronto Maple Leafs practice every year and are currently holding their tryout camp, if you will.
Training camp, yeah.
Training camp, tryout camp. Tomato, tomato. Anyhow, in big, bold letters, they're making a huge point of this, 9,000 individually drawn and animated people in their games.
Nice save, Brian.
Nice save, computer.
I was trying to give you some credit, man.
I wasn't controlling the goalie. I appreciate it, but I wasn't controlling the goalie. And speaking of goalies, the last thing that they're talking about is a next generation of goalkeepers where you have unprecedented control over the goalkeepers. And it looks like they've just done more motion capturing. So that's some gameplay from FIFA. And I didn't win that match. But
that's okay. Nobody expected you to.
I got ice cream afterwards.
Bonus. Score.